people working even in this hard times. This guy's one of the best. Rarely ever lets me down. Go get him, Yuffie. All right, guys, let's get it going. We're gonna do a little shadowboxing workout. This is how I really start almost all my workouts, and this is how I develop a lot of my game plan for teaching classes. So I'll try to point out some things I'm thinking and doing, and some things that you can work on and practice on your own. First of all, let's just get moving on the balls of the feet. All right, heels up off the ground, bouncing around, feet spread out. Start thinking about a little bit of head movement, level changing, footwork, switching angles, circling around your workout. Make that person miss you so they can't lay a hand on you. Parrying anything they throw, ducking under, moving forward, moving backward, side to side. Hands up by the eyebrow level. Elbows protecting your stomach. Any punch or kick that's lower than your elbow could reach, that's your knee's job. Bring your knee up, protect. All right, now we're gonna start throwing some punches. We're gonna be loose and relaxed, work on our breathing. Think about every punch you throw, head is moving, feet are moving. Turning that back foot when you punch with the back hand, toes down, heel up. Every punch we throw, head's moving, feet are moving, hands are moving. Work on a couple jabs, backing up, throwing jabs, forward throwing jabs. When our punches are coming out, let's be careful that our elbows are not flaring out to the side. If you're following along, keep shadowboxing this whole time and just pay attention to some of the details. Your elbow should just go straight up and straight down. If that opponent sees your elbow flare out to the side, that telegraphs it and shows them that the punch is coming. So tight, fast, in and out, offense, defense. My coach would say, you're gonna be fast by coming back, being efficient and getting back from offense to defense quick. So when we punch, punches are coming from the eye, back to the eye. Keep moving around, keep bouncing, knees bent, level changing. Chin is protected by the shoulder. Hands up, eyebrow level. We're bouncing around, shadow boxing. I'm imagining trying to get in and find some openings on my opponent. Fake to the body, go to the head. Head and body, switching it up. Stay on the balls of the feet, bouncing around. And start putting everything together. Jab and cross, jab, cross, hook. Throwing knee strikes in there. Thinking about a real fight and what your opponent's trying to do. Land some shots on you, make him miss. Fast footwork. Bob and weave. Put some power in once in a while, some speed in there. Breathe. Change your angle around. And now start thinking about really setting up. We're gonna start with some kicks. Hands in the face, boom, quick low kick to the leg. Hands in the face, quick low kick, come back. You should always be testing yourself, making sure that your basics are good, that you're turning your foot when you punch, that the elbows are down, hands coming back to the eyebrow, that your head is moving, that you're breathing, and that you're dropping your weight on your strikes for power. All right, keep moving around. You want to balance out the workout, switch your stance. See what it's like to fight from the other side with the other hand in front. That'll kind of equal out the workout on the legs. And we want to start combining everything. That head's moving, feet are moving, level changing. You're very hard to hit. And we're starting to pick this person apart and set them up for a variety of strikes. So we should be getting in their face, boom, kicking to the leg. Should be faking that kick to the leg, going up to the face. Go in the middle, body shots, up top and down low. It's pretty hard to protect your whole body. This person should be worried about their face, their rib cage and stomach, getting kicked in the leg, shooting in and trying to take them down. So keep them on their toes. Find the holes in their game to take advantage. Keep moving, angling, and sometimes I just concentrate on one thing at a time there. I want to throw a lot of jabs. Get really good with my jab, whether I'm backing up, stepping sideways, moving forward, using it for defense, offense, get in their face and blind them. Good time to level change or hit with your other hand. And in general, bouncing around, trying to get my warm up and workout. Start putting in some grappling ideas. Coming in with strikes, level change, shoot and pick somebody up. Move, back up and sprawl, back up to your feet again. Ducking under, body clinch, body fold. Dropping in and grabbing that single leg, shaking them down to the ground. You should start and end your warm-ups or your workouts with some shadow boxing, thinking about developing your game plan, working on some of the basics and good habits that we should be doing, and starting to think and visualize an opponent that you end up fighting against, trying out some of your fancier moves, and then really developing your game plan. Are we going for knockout punches that should end the fight? Are we just using them to cover and take the person down? Are we being a little more counter, fighter orientated, drawing the person in, catching them with a good shot? All right, so start, end your workouts with the shadow boxing, and develop your mental and physical game plan to do your best in your martial arts competitions. All right, let's take a look at a couple specifics and maybe some more challenging, a little bit tricky stuff to put into your shadow boxing and work on at home. We'll break it down a little bit, fire off some reps, get a workout. So you're in your fighting stance, balls to the feet, bouncing around, and we're gonna work on just a spin kick here. And we're gonna set it up by taking this step. We don't wanna show that to our opponent all the time, so most of the time we're gonna hide it by throwing a strike at the same time. So once I take this step, I'm gonna turn and check, make sure I can see where I'm firing off this kick. And now my back leg is lined up straight to fire that kick and come back down. And just for practice and fun, we'll do it off both sides. Now you're in the other stance. You're gonna take your step, turn, look where you're going, lean toward your kick, come back down. So we're bouncing around the whole time, got all our shadow boxing stuff going on, and then once in a while we're just gonna step, turn, fire off that kick, get right back to bouncing again. Doing both sides to get an equal workout. Generally, I'm gonna recommend fighting off just one side. All right, but for practice and training and a home workout, clear some space so you don't kick over a lamp in your house, but take a step, turn, fire, get right back to it, and make that all one move. Move in, get some rhythm going, keep your hands flying, checking kicks, and then we're gonna throw that, put it in there. All right, so work on that one. Step, turn and see what you're doing, and if the timing's still right, fire off that kick. Another fun one to practice, need a little bit of space in the house, but this is a great one, and it's often how I close the gap against my opponents in training. Okay, we're gonna fire a couple cut kicks off, get them thinking about our legs coming in. Again, if you're taking this step, we're usually hiding that with a strike at the same time. So not focused on the footwork, cut kick, okay? And then what we want to do is work on our Superman punch to close the gap and get some distance. I'm going to start and act like I'm throwing that kick, get a reaction of the person to maybe think about checking a cut kick that I've thrown a couple times already. So turn the hips, turn the knee, and bring the foot up in the air, but there's the trap. Now what we're really doing is staying on our left foot or other foot, and we're gonna hop and throw that Superman punch. So they're expecting a leg kick, and we're gonna come in. It's a great way to close the gap. Okay. Sometimes for my advanced people, I set this up. I throw an uppercut first to invite the person to kind of lift and get out of the way of it. Then I show them this cut kick, and then really go back upstairs again. And a lot of times I could follow through and get the clinch going right there as well. All right, so uppercut, fake cut kick, boom, Superman punch with that level change. You can run people down from 8 feet away with this one. Moving around, one, up the middle, giving them cut kicks, and then we put it all together. Up, down, Superman punch, and throw that level change in there. So you can make up a lot of distance with this one here. Okay, moving around, throw that uppercut a couple times, throw a couple cut kicks. Now they believe those things are coming. The next thing we're gonna do is throw that Superman and hit our level change. So we're coming from a long ways away with this one. Up, Superman, level change, and we're right on them and got them against the cage. All right, you can also throw that Superman jab. So I'd be throwing this inside cut kick, that front leg cut kick, and we just make that one a fake. Pick up your front leg, and then hop on your back foot. All right, bouncing around, setting things up. Pick up my front leg, make them think about that kick coming in, hop on the back foot, throw that punch. Fix my camera. All right, so we're here. Front leg, boom, hop with the backhand, throw that Superman jab. Front leg, throw that Superman jab. Front leg fake, front punch. Back leg fake, back punch. Great way to get in there and close the gap on the person. Get in their face. Put those into your routine, a little explosiveness. Give an extra good workout. Regular shadow boxing, combining everything. Spinning back fist. Spinning back kick. Combining all that stuff together into our shadow boxing routine. Superman jab, Superman punch, level change in, then we'll work on taking some stuff to the ground and doing some shadow wrestling. Okay, when we start thinking about grappling, wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu, and we're by ourselves, hopefully you have a partner at home, grab them, throw them around, practice, train. We'll have a bunch of videos on that too. But when we find ourselves by ourselves and we still want to work, you gotta have a good imagination, and you just gotta think for real about matches and fights and competitions and what are you gonna do and what are you trying to get good at. So right now we're thinking more grappling. I'm not worried about strikes anymore. I can square my stance up. Don't have to be bladed sideways, protecting everything from strikes. So we're gonna square up. We're gonna think about different levels of fighting. Okay, and the first thing is often, if we're not shooting right away, we're gonna look at grips. So I want you to think about grabbing your opponent's wrist, getting control of a hand on either side, or 2-on-1. A lot of head, get in their face, blind them from it, control their head so they can't shoot in. So active hands. Sometimes I think like I'm striking here, but I'm just doing the same thing with grip work. Grabbing the back of the neck, grabbing the arm, thinking about putting that 2-on-1 and pulling in. I'm also heavily aware of the person that wants to drive in at me, so I could hit their shoulders and keep them at bay, push on the head. Sometimes I'm dropping a hand down low to discourage the shoot from coming in. So I let them see this, I already got an underhook in place. And then a lot of times we still want some footwork. We want to be moving forward, backward, side, circle around. And we're gonna try to establish a grip or set them up to level change and shoot in at them. Okay, so be ready to drive forward. Just like when we throw a kick, you wouldn't go backwards and throw a kick. We go right from our stance, boom, right to the kick, everything's fast. When I shoot in, I often see people go backwards and then try to go forward. Forget about that. Right where you are, boom, forward movement. Dropping down to the back knee or dropping down to the front knee and driving forward. Sometimes we're just level changing enough, hit a head spear takedown, grabbing at the wrist, trying arm drags, 2-on-1 grabs, a lot of knees down, a lot of moving the feet back, and working on sprawls as well, where we level change until we're going so far down, it makes more sense to get our legs back. Okay? Sometimes you can just go down underhook and scoop them up. Sometimes we're gonna have to totally get out of the way and blade off to the side. If you're practicing some shoots on a hard surface, no problem. First thing to touch the ground is your hands. Last thing to touch the ground is your feet. So I'm squatting down, I'm gonna put my hands on the mat. I'm gonna jump in the air and just do a slow, controlled push-up. And then I'm gonna want my hips on the ground so they can't continue to shoot in, and the feet should be floating. Definitely not on the knees. We know we get run over when we do that. So footwork, hand grabbing, head pushing, clinching, body locking, shooting in and grabbing at a leg. We don't want to be bent over at our back, but bend at the knees and keep a strong spine most of the time. Okay, so we're going to think about how we're getting this match to the ground. And I like to use a lot of foot sweeps. All you got to do is trip their foot and push them one way, or pull them and trip their foot. That should be like your jab. Just like keeping this hand always busy, occupying the guy, we should keep the feet constantly busy at getting them worried about their legs. And then we can attack at the head and the arms and into their legs and body. Okay? So you just want to have a little imagination, think about a match, and we're not just offense when we're doing this, we're defense too. So sometimes underhooks, block stop, level change in, full sprawl, and then we're gonna go on the offense and start moving around. So it's all part of this workout. Keep moving the whole time. Think about breaking some things down. And then once we get to the ground, we got some drills we're gonna do there. So maybe I sprawl, I'm safe from getting taken down. Now it's time to move around and get to the person's back. All right, we'll work on spinning from side to side, switching the legs, doing a sit-out drill like this, push-up position, sit out. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, and this is often just dodging the person's shoot and setting up to take their back and control them. All right, so for a great workout in your core, legs and arms, you want to be moving around in the ground position a lot of times. Back up to your feet, practice shooting in. Wrist control, position, grabbing a single leg. Often when you clinch, if you are thinking MMA, just make sure that your shoulder is protecting your chin and neck when you grab somebody. Just like my punch protects my chin, I wouldn't punch with my chin in the air. You're not gonna grab somebody with your chin in the air, okay? If you grab them, you're buried down there. They can't choke you, can't cross face you. Keep moving. Circle your feet around. Lots of level changing, up and down. Lots of hand fighting, head fighting. using our feet and legs, hips. And then when we get to the ground, let's practice some of our movement, switching, posting on one knee and one foot, trying to get under the person, trying to get over the top of the person, moving around, being mobile, and able to attack and defend wrestling style. And then the real goal is to put all of that into our overall shadow boxing. Circle around, get on your feet, throw your jabs and crosses and hook punches, knees, elbows, shoot in and get a takedown, sprawl on the person, make a move, start throwing punches, get back to your feet. Think about some of the spinning attacks that we did, Superman punches, sometimes putting speed into it, sometimes more power, cutting loose with it, explosive shoots, controlled, slow breathing, and you can focus on different things. Am I trying to get good at kicks? Trying to get good at gap closes? Trying to put some power in there and really move your body, your feet, and your head, and throw big punches that give you a big workout. All right? Thanks, guys. Appreciate sticking with us. That should give you a pretty good workout, maybe 15 minutes or so. Rest, stretch, repeat. And then this is an important one, your mental game, your mental fighting game for focus. All right, controlling your breathing, using your imagination to practice the best you can if you don't have a body available. And then the word of the month this month is a big one. Personally, and for everybody, especially in this time, indomitable spirit. There's no giving up, there's no quitting. We keep going, adapt, learn, and grow as a martial artist. We all gotta do this personal lives, work lives. Definitely have to do it as a fireman. Nothing goes as planned. Always gotta adapt, and the ultimate goal is to overcome, be safe, survive, and that's just mindset. It's easy to crumple, it's easy to fold. Sometimes that happens, big deal. Get back up, do it again. I guarantee you're getting better along the way. All right, Team ASD, thank you.